Sponsoring this series of FFS, my dad is Martin Kemp, is Norwegian Cruise Line, or NCL for short.
Yeah, now listen, Ro, because I know a thing or two about ships.
Oh, here we go.
Norwegian Cruise Line has been a trailblazer in shaping the Caribbean cruise experience as we know it today. As the first cruise line to offer weekly departures from the Caribbean, NCL revolutionised the industry, right? Making this stunning region more accessible to travellers worldwide. From pioneering the concept of exclusive private islands with Great Stirrup Cay to developing new ports across the Caribbean, NCL's legacy and expertise have solidified its position as a leader in Caribbean cruising.
I mean, wow. Where have you pulled that from? I mean, look, okay, fine. You know a thing or two about ships. I'll take that. Now, one thing, though, that really stood out to me. Did you say private island?
Yeah, I did, Ro. NCL was also the first cruise line to pioneer the concept of an exclusive private island with Great Stirrup Cay.
So you get to actually go to a private island. That's insane.
With NCL's new package, you can now get even more out of your cruise holiday. Norwegian Cruise Line offers more with its brand new More at Sea package. More to see, more to do, more to enjoy.
So another podcast in the middle of the sea. Welcome back.
Hey.
And Mum, you've re-emerged as another guest again.
I am, and I'm very excited to be a guest. Seems there's no one else here but me. So,
Well, we did ask all 2,000 passengers.
Yeah.
And it turns out that Dad only wanted you.
sorry, listeners, it's me again.
Return after mum.
Yeah, exactly.
Return after mum.
Yeah, so I'm here. I'm excited to be here, middle of the ocean, doing a podcast with my two favourite boys.
Apologies if my eyes cast over towards the television every now and
Yeah,
again.
bro, can you concentrate on mum?
Yeah.
Not the football.
I know, but the football's on in the background and it's really difficult. This is the problem.
I'm going to turn it off in a minute.
Okay, I won't.
Right, you told me you're going to ask me some really good questions today. It's the only reason I'm here.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to be challenged.
Well, this is the thing. So last time, obviously, we were talking about the holiday.
Yeah.
Have you enjoyed it, by the way?
I've loved it. Really loved it.
If you don't know where we are, we're on an NCL cruise ship, and it's been great. It's been really fun. We've done like a lot of excursions and things like that. You would have seen it. We posted it on our socials.
Everything, bro.
Yeah, no, I know. But what I'm saying is, I still think, like, what was your favourite? Mum, you went out.
Oh, the Virgin Island, St Thomas. We had an amazing day. We had a boat. The sea was beautiful, turquoise, calm.
I more want to talk to you about the day that you didn't enjoy as much.
What day didn't I enjoy?
Well, it's not that you didn't enjoy it.
Come on.
But it was like at one point I thought we'd lost you.
What?
At one point,
the waterfalls.
I thought we'd lost you. Yeah.
I'm not a confident swimmer by any means.
So,
even though I had a crash helmet and a life vest on, I was still asking for help.
So for if you're wondering, like if you're listening, you're wondering like what the vibe is, right? So imagine like it's like waterfalls like inside a jungle. That's what it looks like, okay? But then there's like cave pools that kind of like go down. So
very narrow slides.
Very narrow like slides. So like you wear like a life jacket, like you look like you're going whitewater rafting.
Yeah.
Right. So you got a helmet on, you got the your life jacket on. And we had an amazing guy who was taking us around. His name was Michael. He was sick, so shouts to him.
Who basically saved mum's life.
He literally was Archangel Michael.
Yeah. But no, he didn't save mum's life. He just made sure she didn't die.
Yes.
Yeah, which is
similar thing.
Which is the same.
Similar type
I'm
thing.
still here.
Yeah. But like, it was so funny because like obviously like everyone else, like I was there. I was going down the slide, jumping into the water, all this type of stuff. Mum, you didn't like it.
No, I didn't like it.
It was fine because it was quite scary.
Yeah.
Like, it was quite freaky. On paper, you think, oh, it should be okay.
Well, your head goes underwater, and that's what I didn't like.
You didn't want the head underwater.
I didn't want the head underwater.
You didn't want the head underwater. You didn't like the trapeze thing, and you didn't want to walk.
Zip wire, the bridge. I didn't like the bridge. Didn't like the zip wire.
The whole day, really.
It was really... No, it's quite a challenge.
But I think...
It was a challenge, though, Ro, wasn't it?
It was a challenge.
It was a definite challenge.
5 zip wires.
But there was, instead of like... Because there was some of these ones, right? So some of these waterfalls, like, we had to get down.
Yeah.
But we had to get down. But the only issue is that, like, some of them didn't have like stairs that you could walk down.
There were no other options.
So your only 2 options are you do the slide, which is quite twisty, turny. And when I say slide, it's not like a slide. It's like rocks, basically.
Yeah, it's a natural rock formation where the river has kind of worn it out.
Yeah.
Made a path.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's still rough and fast and whatever. And then you've got either jump off the edge, which my mum wasn't going to do either.
Jumping off edges.
So bless this fella, Michael. He's grabbed you by your neck like this,
Of the life vest.
like this, by the life vest, and you've
That's
like
to stop
you've
my head
held
going
both
under.
sides of the life vest, right, crossing your arms. I said it looked like Tutankhamun being lowered into a sarcophagus. Right. But the worst thing is that as I'm watching you be lowered down, like literally this poor bloke has got you by one arm. He's holding onto a waterfall and like dropping you down with one arm.
It was
right,
amazing.
just before he'd let you go at the end. And
He only dropped her about 2 inches.
I know.
Because he lowered her down so low.
I know. But like the thing is that like at one point the funniest bit was that your you were wearing like shorts over your like bathing suit, and your shorts are like halfway down your legs. You got your eyes are all closed like this. Your face like stiff. Like
All her hair's wet. You
Yeah.
can see that she's
Just promise me
thinking,
no
what am I
one's got a
doing here?
video of this or a photo evidence.
I think there is a video.
I do not want anyone seeing
We do have a
this.
video.
We do. We'll put it up anyway, so
Okay, I am
you can
not.
see it.
Maybe when I was younger, but I'm not the most adventurous person.
Why?
Now? You just get older and, more fear, I guess.
But is it? But there was one bit where, to be fair, look, I was actually proud of you. You did quite well.
Yeah.
You did well. There was one bit where I knew, oh, this isn't good. You got in the water, and I was trying to talk to you, and I was going, Mum, just breathe.
I was
breathe.
having an out-of-body
And you're going,
experience.
like something. Yeah.
Well, that's what fear does. Fear
It's
of
like
the
that
unknown.
scene. You know that scene in like what is it? Shaun of the Dead, where like the dad turns into a zombie, and they're like, oh, "What's his name? What's the dad's name in Shaun of the Dead?" Colin. Yeah, I think it's Colin.
Sean's dad.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
no, it's like
yeah.
Sean's mum's like partner. His
Yeah,
name
yeah,
Colin or
yeah.
something. It's like Colin. And looked at him and like eyes are like white and like he's got blood dripping out his mouth. That's like you basically.
See, that's
turned
why
into
I'd
that.
never do anything like I'm a celebrity. I am not made of.
Would you
of
do
that.
I'm a celeb?
No amount of money would.
Everyone's got a price.
No
No
amount of
price.
money.
No, I don't have a
200 grand.
price. No.
You wouldn't do I'm a celeb for 200
Roman,
grand.
have
Shirley,
you seen how I am?
you
with
sent me into the Big Brother house for less than
You're
that.
not scared of anything. I wouldn't do anything. I don't like insects, spiders, water, cold, being away from home.
Nah,
I'm a homebody.
£1 million.
No, I wouldn't do it, Ro. Wouldn't.
You
I
would.
wouldn't. Only if I'm allowed to say I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here. On
No, you
every
can't be that
every
person.
trial.
You could never
no
be that
one's
person.
allowed to
I would
say
be that person, Ro.
If you went in there, honest to God, I would.
I wouldn't.
I'd be. If you shouted, "I'm a celeb, get me out!" of
I
here,"
would be the
I'd be
joke
filing
of the
for
show.
emancipation. Like that, you
Yeah.
can't do that.
I'd be the joke. You know how the Tutankhamun, how I look like.
No, I think the opposite. I think you'd end up just
I wouldn't.
going for it.
I wouldn't.
You don't think?
No, I'm not at that time. I'm just done with all that type of thing.
No, I think you could do it.
2 million. 2 million.
No.
No, honestly, I don't
What,
think
you wouldn't
any.
do it for 2 million?
No, you just can't. I can't put the money with what the experience would be because I know that I wouldn't last.
What show would you do?
Dancing on
ooh,
Ice?
No, wouldn't
Why?
do
What's wrong with that? 2 million.
Too dangerous.
Can't do Strictly.
No, I
Why
wouldn't
can't-
do
why can't-
strictly.
I'd ban you both from doing
I wouldn't
Strictly.
do strictly either.
I would ban you both from doing Strictly because of the curse.
Oh, the
I
curse.
don't think there's any reality show I would do, to be honest.
Really?
No.
Do you believe in the Strictly curse? Would you do that?
No, I don't believe in the strictly curse. Not with me and Dad. I don't
What?
think
So you think you could do it?
I
and
could
it'd be fine?
Yeah, I could absolutely ignore that. It wouldn't affect me.
Yeah,
It wouldn't
but
affect you.
I would get jealous. I would get jealous if I saw you in it Strictly.
Would you actually, though?
Being swung around by somebody else.
In tight leotardy trousers. And
Yeah, all sparkly.
Would you though? What? You would actually get jealous?
Yeah, I think I would.
Would you get jealous
I'd be
if
all right
Dad was doing
for.
it?
You know what, Ro? I'd be all right for like a few weeks, and after a few weeks, I'll be thinking, yeah, but she's having a great time.
Yeah, exactly. Would you get jealous of Dad doing it? Yeah, 100%.
Oh, she's saying
I
no,
don't
but she
know.
would.
I don't know.
100% you'd get jealous.
Well, maybe I would.
That's why I always have said that. I don't want any of you to do it.
It'd be all quiet for
I
ages.
don't think Dad.
It'd be all quiet for ages, and all of a sudden, Mum would say, "It's all right for you."
Yeah,
And it would
exactly.
Sneak it in.
Can
like,
I just say something? I don't think Dad's a good enough dancer to last that long in Strictly.
Oh,
So that's
thanks
why I
a
wouldn't
lot.
get jealous.
That's really poor.
No fear.
No, but I'm just being honest.
No fear of him having an affair because
I-
he'd be out in the first
Yeah.
week.
That's what I'm trying to say.
People would be laughing.
I was kind of thinking.
What do
he
you
won't
think
be
of
there
Dad's
that long.
dancing?
Terrible.
It is bad.
Yeah. I mean, listen,
let's
I
be
beat
fair.
you up
You
all
guys,
the time, but you cannot dance.
you two have not seen me dance. Let's put it.
Dan,
let's be honest.
I'm always
Let's be
surprised that you
honest.
do what you do because I saw you playing Guitar Hero the other day, and I've never seen someone play it worse. And you play guitar for a living.
Yeah, but Guitar Hero.
No,
that is.
when he used to play bass guitar, he goes like a funky chicken head.
Right. Okay.
It's
Yeah.
all in the head when he plays.
Right,
the
yeah.
guitar.
Hang on
but
a
not
second.
the feet.
Hang on. I DJ 80s every weekend,
Yeah.
3 times a week.
Yeah.
I am out there dancing.
Yeah.
I haven't had one complaint.
Yeah, but again, I've seen the dancing. I am
that
shocked
he knows
by it.
of.
But did that not put you off, Dad, in the beginning?
No, I
Like
just
if you go
didn't.
to like nightclubs and stuff like that.
Well, Dad didn't dance. Dad would stand by the bar, and I would go off dancing. So
Right.
Dad would be by the bar, and I would dance.
Yeah, because all you wanted to do was dance with your wham lot. Do your Young Guns routine. It's true. That's all you wanted to do.
Is that
You
true?
did the Young Guns routine to every song.
Well, we did we that's why we were so good. That's why it was a worldwide success.
I wanted to use today because, Mum, if we're doing this with you today again, I want to ask. I might as well record the answer that I started this with, Dad, which is, what's going to happen when you die?
Oh no.
Well, because the reason I set this up is
What do
obviously
you mean?
because
What's going to happen? Nothing.
no,
if
no,
I'm
hang
dead.
on a minute. What I mean.
Go back to the
we'll go
beginning,
back to
right?
that. No,
Set
we'll
it
go back
up.
to that. Yeah, exactly. No, so like, we started this because I wanted to like be able to have recordings of Dad talking about what he wants to happen when he dies. Like, what's the deal? How does it work?
The funeral, you mean?
Funeral. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who gets the money? You know, all things like this.
Right.
And I guess I don't really talk to you about that.
No.
So
what do you want to know? Fire away.
for instance, I don't want to
gets
be
the money?
if it's yeah, exactly. No. But what do you want?
What funeral?
Funeral.
Well, you know, I'm quite religious.
Are you?
Yeah.
In what sense?
Quietly.
Quietly religious.
Quietly religious.
Okay, so what do
I
you want?
an amazing prayer that my soul is sent on.
Okay, that's fair. But in
into
what religion do you want that
Christianity.
prayer? Christianity.
I want
right.
to be sent
So you want it in
straight
a
to
church, like you want the standard
you
package.
want a church, yeah.
It
But that's
doesn't
good
have
for
to-
me. That
funny
works
enough-
money-wise.
Yeah, yeah.
Funny
That's
enough,
good for me.
it
We get
doesn't
the
have
cheap.
to-
about
No,
it.
it
We get
doesn't
that
have
cheap.
to be a church.
Right.
It could be on a beautiful summer's day, out
Well, I can't dictate
somewhere.
that.
No, well, that's why I hope it would be a beautiful. You
Okay.
know, if we're going to the perfect funeral, beautiful summer's day.
Yes.
Not tons of people. Only people who really want to go. Not people who feel they should go. Only people who really, really want to go. So not lots of people, maybe.
But no one wants to go,
What's
do they?
lots
Well,
of
no.
people?
Sometimes you feel like, oh, you should go to that funeral out of respect. You know,
What's
like
lots
I've
of
gone
people?
to loads of funerals where I maybe didn't know that person.
Well, you just
that
go to
well.
anybody's.
What's
Just
lots
to
of
No,
people?
fill
people
out,
pay
fill out the
respect.
numbers.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know, 30, 40 people.
So that's too many.
No, that's about right, isn't it?
30, 40.
Well, it's
Yeah.
quite expensive, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
for,
quite
the- for the
expensive.
wake.
Yeah.
I'd like it to be very pretty, lots of flowers, but it's more about
What's everyone wearing?
prayers around me, like really beautiful blessings and prayers, so that my soul journeys on.
But do you not like?
It sounds
okay.
like a standard funeral, though.
Yeah, that sounds a bit
Shirley.
boring.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
Like,
sorry about that.
No, I
Church,
understand.
flowers,
but, okay, but hang on a minute.
blessings.
But hang on a minute. No. Because I want to do it exactly how you want it. But what I'm saying is, okay, so everyone's in black.
No, you don't have to wear black. No, lots of colour.
Lots of colour.
I don't
Right.
mind. Just don't have to. You can wear anything you want.
All right.
If you want to wear black, that's acceptable. You want to wear colour, that's acceptable. It's more about, I would like my funeral to be a reflection where whatever you're saying, it's about saying, look at life, look how you should live it. And what's the most important. It'd be good if you had like these things, what did I think of my life? And what would I pass on?
Okay,
as-
but let's go extravagant because like, I'm not gonna lie, yours is coming up quite boring in comparisons to Dad because
Well,
Dad's basically
I'm
wants to
quite
be the beginning of
low-key.
Spinal Tap concert
Yeah, well-
where we
Yeah.
lower his much like how Michael lowered you into the waterfall.
You want
Dad
to
wants to
lower
be
dad.
lowered, but lowered with dry ice.
Yeah,
in,
like
in a coffin. So what who's pulling who's walking you in there?
Well, I see like a pretty
Oh,
basket.
that's a good question. Yeah, go on. Basket.
Pretty basket.
What a basket?
Yeah, like the basket coffin. Because if
It's
it's
getting
going to
cheaper
be
and cheaper at this funeral.
no, where you're going to all the expense is going to go on the floristry. I want the most
but hang on a minute.
beautiful
No, but Mum,
flowers.
don't change the subject.
It's going to
Don't
look
change the
more
subject.
like a wedding.
Don't
my
change
funeral.
the subject. Stop.
Yeah.
Basket.
Yeah, it's a basket coffin.
What's
Wicker
that?
basket.
A
It's a wicker basket.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can
What?
get
So you basically want to be delivered in a hamper?
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, we've got
Bit of
some
smoked
hamper.
salmon in there.
We've
One
got
of-
some
one of the
hamper
auxiliaries.
baskets.
Yeah. So you want to be delivered in a
It's
Harrods
a wicker
hamper?
basket covered in the. You find me the most beautiful florist. I'll leave a list of my favourite florists.
Yeah, that's good.
Because flowers for me they symbolise so much. So for me to think I'm going off and I'm just going to be covered in flowers, and if it is a church, the whole church will be covered in flowers. So it will feel like a celebration.
Let me tell you something. Those wicker coffins are a con, right? But because when I've been at one and it was all creaky, and as they were bringing it down to people on the shoulder, you could hear it creaking around. Like it was all bending to one side.
Yeah, I thought
where
that.
it hadn't been made properly.
Yeah.
I was thinking for any minute now it's going to be dropped.
I've been to a funeral where there was a wicker coffin, and it was lovely. I
Was
really
it
liked
noisy?
it. No, it wasn't noisy. And I just think I look at all the coffins with all the brass work and the huge varnish wood, and I think, what a waste of money. That's such a waste of money.
So okay, so you're brought in just by people, by me.
No, I don't think I'd like to be brought in by you or.
Well,
I'd
just
like
us, just me and not Ro.
No, I think
You're
you
gone
should.
by this point.
I feel like we should find these
Let's
special
be real,
people.
Dad. You ain't making Mum's funeral.
Why?
Wow.
The people.
Don't think it's
I
realistic.
don't know that.
is it?
I
It's
want
not being
special
realistic.
people like healers or something.
Healers.
Yeah, like
shaman.
It's a bit late for that,
I
isn't it?
just
Yeah.
No,
Bit late for a healer.
no, I want special people to carry me.
Bit late for that. Yeah. Well, there you go, fellas. Work your magic. Oh. So, all right. So you're carried in by like shaman. That's what you're kind of saying.
Or
right?
what about some helium balloons that are holding me as I'm floating down, and you could have a remote control thing like they do on the boat.
No, but think realistically, because I will do this.
No. Seriously, I would like. Let's go for some really good-looking models, guys,
Oh, hang on a
who are
minute.
carrying me down. I want it to look nice.
So you want it a music video now?
But you
yeah,
know,
I'm
I am
thinking.
being
Well,
deadly
you're
serious
pushing
when I
me
say
to
this.
make it a bit more serious. I want it to look smart and nice and aesthetically pleasing.
Right.
So I don't like also when you go to funerals and you've got the coffin bearers and they don't know the person they're carrying.
Undertakers.
And undertakers, yeah. So let's think
That's what
about
Dad's
it.
thing was. You can't have a stranger.
How do we
I
keep
can't
that?
have strangers
How do we make it look
on my
nice
last
to
journey.
people that are carrying me?
So you want models,
Models would be nice, yeah.
Models?
male and female, or male?
I think male.
Male, right? Okay.
I want them
Topless?
to have worked out well. And
Topless.
No, I think a nice, even if they had like nice t-shirt on, like Calvin Klein
This
t-shirt.
is sounding like a Sanita video.
Yeah, maybe it is.
The problem is, I will do this.
Yeah, well, you can do this. I want it to look nice, tidy, neat, uniformed, but floral.
And are people doing speeches?
Yes, that would be nice.
You want
Not
speeches?
too long though.
Not too long.
Not too long.
I went to a funeral once that was 4 hours.
Too long.
No.
4 hours.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
What were they doing for 4 hours?
Outrageous.
I would like
Honestly.
some animals at my funeral. What about a
Animals?
donkey?
No.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, go on. For
Just
animals.
having visions. Sorry, my brain's going.
Okay, yeah.
Like
keep
a
going.
nice bird, a beautiful dove, and an owl, and a donkey, some dogs.
Why you got an obsession with donkeys at the minute?
Oh, I'm
For
absolutely-
Valentine's Day, Mum just posted a picture of a donkey. Says a lot about you, doesn't it?
I'm
Is that what
so
you
in love
posted?
with.
That's all she did.
I'm
She did
so-
happy. She did a post that just said "Happy Valentine's Day," and it was a picture of a donkey.
Well,
Is that what you
I
see
just
me
got
as?
a really big crush on donkeys at the moment. No, I've always loved donkeys because if you remember in the last podcast, I won the Donkey Derby.
Yeah.
So I've always loved donkeys, and I sponsor some donkeys.
It doesn't mean they're
Do
going to
you
come
know
to your funeral,
donkeys?
does it?
They fall in love, and when they fall in love, it's
You've not
so
done yourself
strong.
any favours though from the last podcast where you said that you were doing the bareback
Well,
donkey,
that's not my problem.
and then you post a picture of a donkey for Valentine's Day.
Listen, I love animals, so yes, having animals around me would be nice.
Sponsoring this series of FFS, My Dad is Martin Kemp, is Norwegian Cruise Line, better known to some as NCL.
Right, well, look, Dad, listeners and watchers to this podcast will probably be feeling the English cold right about now.
I tell you what's not cold, Ro. In your mum's bedroom. Whoa!
Oh, no, why? Well, look, we didn't need to know that. But look, good news. To escape the cold, NCL offers more opportunities to visit the Caribbean with 13 ships sailing the region this year.
Oh, we've seen it for ourselves now, haven't we, Ro? I am going to cherish those father and son memories forever. We were on board Norwegian Encore for a week and it had all the bells and whistles. I mean, what was your favourite part, Ro?
Yeah, I mean, we have to mention the Encore Speedway, one of the only racetracks at sea and an NCL exclusive experience.
Ah, for sure. But what about all the entertainment? There's the Choir of Man and even the nightclub.
Yeah, I mean, you really enjoyed the Beatles tribute band, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. And the fact that they were even at the Cavern Club, which was actually inspired by the legendary Liverpool club, where the Beatles regularly performed. It was absolutely amazing.
Norwegian Cruise Line offers more with its brand new More at Sea package. More to see, more to do, more to enjoy.
And what do you think happens when you die?
How about some white horses carrying me in?
Okay,
not
that's getting
like
expensive.
not like the big feathery type of look. Something more magical and
Getting
gentle.
expensive.
Yeah, it's going to be expensive, Ro. I never said it was going to be cheap.
Ro asked you a really good question.
Yes.
What do you think happens to you when you die?
Well, that I don't know, but I'm really hoping that your soul evolves and you go to a place that is beyond anything, more beautiful. I think life is hard, and I think we're here to learn lessons. So I think once you leave here, if you've learnt your lessons, you're freed again. And hopefully in a spiritual place that is beyond beautiful and free. And
Here's my thing though, right? If you go somewhere else, surely that place is absolutely Ramo. With everyone else that's dead.
well, you could say that. Look at the ocean. Look the space that's around there now. And at the moment, there's 3,000 people on this ship, but we're still sitting in our own
Imagine
space.
all the people that have died throughout humanity. Where are they all going?
Because it's a conscience. It's not a physical thing. It's more of a conscience that we can't even understand this. You're not a physical person somewhere. You're a conscience.
Do you think it's only some people that turn into ghosts, and the others get like
That's
dissed?
what I mean. Yeah, the others get dissed. Yeah.
Or do you think everyone turns into a ghost?
So you don't believe in ghosts then?
I just want to learn so much. Well, I think there's dimensions.
Well, if you're talking about your soul goes to a different dimension, then that's a ghost, isn't it? It is.
I
It's the
don't
same
know.
thing.
I don't know. I've never seen a ghost. I know Dad has. Do I believe him?
Allegedly.
Yes, I do. Well, I do believe him, yeah. But I won't come and haunt you, so don't worry about that.
I don't think I'd mind that. I don't think I'd mind it. What about my main thing, right? And I think about this a lot. Are you scared of dying?
Not at all.
How? How are you not scared
Because you
of
get
dying?
to a certain age and you feel really full up with the experience.
Yeah, I think Mum's right.
I used
I'm
to
not
feel
scared either.
scared. Yeah, I don't feel scared at all. My only
You
fear...
Dad, I understand just because you were so close to dying already.
Yeah.
But how can you not be scared of dying?
Because I think age prepares you for it. It's a natural process.
I think you're right.
And I'm not scared of dying. I'm scared of hurting you and Harley. I'm scared of you being sad of my death.
Yeah, but of course we're going to be sad.
Yeah.
But that's
the
natural.
only part that I feel like,
Yeah, you'll be
don't
sad for a
wanna-
couple of days, get over it.
Yeah. That's
but
it.
I'm not
Yeah, go
scared
to
of death at
football
all.
and
Yeah.
carry on.
As Dad said, I've had a life beyond a life that ever I would imagined. It's so full up. It's been so much more than ever I imagined. So I'm really full up. I've had lots of experiences, and yeah, it's okay.
So what am I doing with your body then?
Put it on
So
a donkey.
wicker basket. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So wicker basket, you've had your funeral. A couple of Abercrombie lads have walked you in.
Yeah, lots of flowers.
On a horse.
Remember?
Loads of flowers.
Smelling of that aftershave.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, smelling that Abercrombie
Abercrombie
Fierce.
aftershave.
Smelling of Abercrombie Fierce.
Lots of nice smells as well. Lots of scented
Well,
candles.
you won't smell nothing with the
I love
Abercrombie
lots
Fierce
of
on.
Yeah.
jasmine. trailing jasmine everywhere, lots of scented
but then what am I doing
candles.
with the body?
Well, that does scare me. Cremation scares me.
Why?
Don't
You just said you're
know.
gone.
Yeah, I know, well, I know, but I don't like cremation.
Why?
It's a bit hot.
Bit hot.
I don't know. I don't like cremation, but I think I most probably will be cremated because I don't think it's fair for the planet not to be.
But so okay, so
Or would you like to give my body for science?
no, this is not me. This is you. You tell me what's ideal scenario. Am I burying you? Am I because
Well, wouldn't you-
because at the end of the day, this is what the reason I asked this is because I've got to do it.
Yeah, but
Okay,
wouldn't you
but
like
Ro-
wouldn't you like to leave your body to science or leave your body to parts to other people? What would you
I
think
wouldn't
about
mind
that?
doing that. Yeah, wouldn't mind doing that. But at the end of the day, I do think you should have a bit of say in it or advice because it's how you would feel. How would you feel if I said cremate?
I don't care.
How would
It
you
might-
feel if I say I want to be buried?
Don't care.
How would you feel if I said I give my body to science?
Don't care. The thing that matters to me is that did I do what?
Yeah,
You
this is
want
about
to.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
you.
saying at the moment. I don't know what I want, but
Okay, but for the sake of a podcast recording,
For
can you
the
give me
sake of a
something?
podcast.
Sure.
okay. All right. For
This
sake
is
of a
about you.
yes, I know, but for sake of a podcast, I would really like the best thing that you could do with my body to be done. So if that's giving it to science, then I'm really happy for that.
You wouldn't mind it.
No,
Science is quite a scary one, though. Do you know
You-
that?
you
Do you
don't
know
know
that
what
some
they're gonna
people?
do with
as
it,
long
do
as they
you?
don't bring me back to life.
Well, you know, some people like when they have like heart transplants can have like hearts can like hold memory cells.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that person can have a memory of the person's it's from the person whose heart it is.
Yeah.
That's
Cellular
crazy.
memory.
Well,
cellular memory.
also, you don't know what they're going to do with your body, do you? You don't. You don't. When you leave your body to science, that you're not saying, "Oh, but you can't do this and you can't do that."
Yeah.
They can do anything they want.
Could be
with
in a
it.
movie.
Yeah.
That's all right. Honestly, I know I keep repeating this. At the end of the day, it's what you feel comfortable. It's like when if you, can I
you're
just say,
laying
if,
it off
no,
on
I'm
us.
not. If
No,
you've had a
no,
dog,
you're getting rid of the
if
responsibility
you've had an
here.
animal that's died, you've got to think. You've got to take the decision. What should I do with him? Should I bury him in my garden or should I cremate him?
No.
It's what makes you feel best.
But
when
Mum, that's
that is
only
not the
because that's only
question.
because you can't have a conversation with that animal and say, "What would you like?"
Yeah.
Okay, so would you like my ashes, or would you think you'd want to have my ashes in your house, or would you rather go and scatter them?
You are passing the responsibility.
No. What?
You've got
Because-
to just like.
You
answer
got to
the-
understand. You don't understand. Listen.
I don't want to say to you,
There's
I want
no
you
point.
to keep my ashes in an urn in your
That's fine.
kitchen.
But I don't care. I'll do that. I don't care.
No, but that's exactly what I'm saying. You don't care. I want you to care. I want
No,
you to think,
no, but you're not
let's
thinking-
go to Hawaii and scatter mum's ashes.
No, because the only reason people do those things is because that's what they believe that person wanted because they didn't have the conversation to begin with.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm
Yeah.
having this conversation now is because at the end of the day, it's your body. The only person that has the right to say on what happens with your body is you, not
Yeah.
anyone else's. Can you imagine if you, in your head, you had always thought, I'd love to be scattered here, or I'd love to be done this with my body, or something like that, and instead I've got your ashes just in in the urn, in a kitchen. That would be the worst thing. But in my head, that would be the best thing.
Rory's
Yes,
giving
I know what he's asking
Rory's
me,
giving
but
you
I'm
the
not-
opportunity
it's just
to lay
not-
out how you would like it.
Yes, I know.
Not how we would
But
think
I'm finding
you would
it
like
odd that once I'm gone, what I'm going to like. What I really want is some insurance that I'm going on to a better place. That's what I really
So
want.
you want the assurance that no one in this planet can give
We
you?
can't give you assurance.
Like,
All we can do is give you assurance that your funeral will be exactly how you've
Yeah.
asked for
okay,
it.
So
to
let me
be.
let's
Oh.
break this down. Let's break this down and make this easier. Right.
Pretty music at my funeral.
Fine, you got bags.
What music? What music?
Oh, or we could have a harp player, or we could
But
have
what
a
music?
No,
string,
what they're playing.
string quartet.
What song
would be
are
God,
they
nice.
start
playing?
pulling teeth, Mum. Hang on a minute. I'm going to be in a
Well,
funeral in a
I
minute.
haven't thought of the songs yet, but string quartet would be nice.
Yeah, but what songs?
sorry.
Well, I've got to give me. I don't know at this moment.
Well,
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
All right.
Like
There is a really sad.
I know one. You're as cold as ice.
Yeah.
Foreigner.
Yeah, good one.
There is a really sad Alanis Morissette song, and it's called "That I Would Be Good,"
You want that?
and that's very.
so
it's
sad.
so sad.
What song?
That I'll have everyone in tears who goes to the
would
funeral.
You, but I think you actually want a sad funeral.
Well, you don't want. I don't want everyone drinking and drunk. I'm not interested in
Dry
alcohol.
funeral.
I want a dry
That'll bring a lot
funeral.
of people, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People be queuing up for that one.
And vegetarian.
No.
Vegetarian funeral, no alcohol. You can have a glass of champagne, string quartet. Want it really pretty. No, none of that pub stuff afterwards. No one goes for a drink afterwards. You have a little glass of champagne and then you can all go.
It sounds so boring.
A glass of
You're
champagne
like-
around the coffin, and then everyone go. Yeah?
Yeah, I don't like that bit of funeral when they go drinking and
What, the wake?
the wake. Yeah, I don't like that bit.
I don't. What about, would it be ideal for you to die together? I've got to say that because Dad, you went through one of the weirdest things ever.
Well, I
which is
did,
You had both
yeah,
your parents in the same funeral.
Well, yeah, both my parents, same funeral, died 3 days apart. And I'm going to tell you something. My mum and dad would have signed a contract that is how they would like to go. Because I know that they were together for like 50 odd years, and they spent their life together, really happy life together, and they would have been really pleased that they went together. And that, in some way, even though it was the strangest time in my life, like my mum and dad dying 3 days apart, it gave me great solace. It made me feel really good that they were together.
Would you want that?
Well, depends what age we are. If we're like 100 and we're both going on our 100th birthday.
Yeah.
But
Is there a certain point though, like where you're like, at what age are you like, nah, tap out now?
85, 80,
85? Tap
80.
out?
Yeah. What, you think that's too old, too young?
So I think that's young now.
Yeah.
People. I think we're going to see so many more what they called centurions.
But
Is
it
that what you
all
call them?
yeah, but that depends on your health, doesn't it? The longer you live, I want to live
No,
in
but
really
I'm saying-
good
no, but
health.
I'm saying-
and wealth. You need money to keep going.
But I'm saying I think that people now are going to live longer.
Yeah,
They
I
are
do.
living longer.
Yeah. I think
But-
a lot more people will be 100.
Yeah.
It's not longevity I want. I just want good health throughout my older age.
Okay, but yeah.
So me and mum, right, completely different. I think you die, you don't know anything about the rest of it,
Yeah.
right? Mum thinks you die and you go to this beautiful place where it's filled with flowers and lilies and
No, I think there's a
smells
conscience.
of aftershave.
Yeah.
Jasmine.
Yeah.
What and then you think there's a conscious being that you become a part of.
Well, yeah, like Jesus conscience, yeah.
What's that mean?
Well, that's what we don't quite know what it means, but it's a place, the best place you could be.
That's
Okay.
just a phrase
It's
out of
so
self-help
kind.
book.
It's just love and kindness. But how do we know? Because we're on Earth and we're not resonating on that level. But I really do believe that there is a better place.
Do you believe in reincarnation? Because I have a problem
Not
with
sure
it.
about that.
I've got a problem with it. People
Reincarnation.
say, "Oh, I've been reincarnated," or like, you know, when someone goes, "Oh, in a past life."
Yeah, don't
right?
work.
How do you know it's a past life?
No,
If you don't remember it,
No, but I do believe we can inherit past memories.
how so?
Because if you think every time you have children, grandchildren, we're all DNA related. So those cells
Oh,
are
like
going down the
imprinting.
line.
Oh,
yeah.
I've got you.
Oh,
yeah,
like
yeah,
memories.
that
I
makes
get
sense.
that,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's good.
And also, then why, if there's genetic, you know, we were talking about endometriosis the other day. My grandmother had endometriosis, but my mum didn't. So how come I've got that? How come things get passed and
Skips
skip generations?
So you think that's quite a good take? Because
Yeah.
what could be happening is you could have it's not a past life that we think that people have these like visions or whatever.
Yeah.
It's actually just
From
cells
your
from your
cellular memory.
memory
it's called.
from an ancestor.
Because that must work. Because if you say you look like my dad,
yeah.
my dad was tall, you're tall, my dad had blue eyes. So if they're being passed down from our,
you
from
think memories can be
yeah,
passed down?
absolutely, yeah,
So I think we're there with what you want.
yeah.
The biggest thing is the wicker basket.
If you're not happy with the wicker basket, we don't have to go
Open
with
or
that.
closed
Let's get a
casket.
white wooden one then.
Open or closed? No,
Oh,
it's not.
closed,
You
Ro,
keep
definitely
saying, you keep saying to
closed.
me, you keep saying to me, it's up to you. It's not
It
up
is
to
up to
me.
you. No, it's
That's
not
not the
up to
point
you,
of the
but you're-
conversation.
No, but you're saying it's not up to you. You're very upset about this wicker basket.
Yeah, I'm upset about it, but I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
Like
so
it's not about that.
I'm
It's just no,
happy-
I'm just not. It's not that I'm not upset about it. It's that I've never heard of a wicker basket before.
Right. Let's sum it up. Let's sum up what you're going to do. Right. You want
Yeah.
a wicker basket. You want
Yeah.
models carrying
It's very
your
whimsical,
coffee.
isn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You want them all wearing Abercrombie
In
After
Calvin
shave.
Klein t-shirts.
in Calvin
Yeah,
Klein.
some nice tight t-shirts, good arms, tanned.
Right, tanned. Okay, and then
What music? We didn't get a song.
We
did
didn't get a
Didn't get a
song.
song.
I
You
did
just
say
chucked
about the
this
Alanis.
Alanis Morissette
That
one,
is
but that's
very
sad.
sad. But maybe that'll be good. That'll give the part where everyone cries.
yeah, but give me some.
But the
Give me
words
some
are
fun
good.
songs.
The
Give me
words
some
are
fun
good.
songs.
Some fun songs.
Do you want Wham? Do you want anything like that?
Let's go for Young Guns.
No. Do you want that really? Because I will play it. See, you
Oh.
don't. You want everyone crying. That's just.
Do you know
I
what's
want,
weird,
cool?
I
but
want it
it's okay to
beautiful
say
and
that.
reflective. It should be a reflective moment with a great outcome.
Do you know what would be
That
cool?
it's all okay, all is well.
Fine.
This
Do-
is the
do-
natural.
Do you know what would be cool is if you were coming in your wicker basket, right? You got your Abercrombie and Fitch. You got did Club Tropicana. Club Tropicana playing.
How would you honestly feel
Let
about
me
that?
take you to the
You don't
place.
like, see, you don't
Let-
like it.
Huh?
Doesn't want it.
Let me
Mum wants
take you
people
to the
cry.
place where you can see a smiling face.
Yeah, but Dad, this is what I'm
Rubbing
finding
shoulders
interesting.
with the stars.
Mum wants.
And if I die at Christmas, last
everyone
Christmas.
upset. Mum wants everyone upset.
I don't.
You want
I don't.
everyone crying.
Roman, you're putting words in my mouth. I want it to be reflective. I want it to be beautiful. And I want everyone to know life goes on and death is all a natural part.
So, okay,
and I'm
so,
not scared
right,
of dying.
Right. So before we finish this, because this will be
Yep.
the last time we talk about it, because
Yep.
my God, it's been tough. Right. so when you say you want it reflective,
Yeah.
that is then you're now saying this to me. So now it's up to my decision as to what is reflective.
Yeah.
So then you're going to allow your own kid, after the opportunity, you're going to allow your child to then worry if
No.
they've done it well enough because you're already
No,
gone.
from today's conversation, I'm going to write a list
All right.
and it will
Right.
be somewhere. So when you go to my house, you're going to have to find the envelope and it will have all the songs that I want. I'm going to leave it all in a list so that you'll just open this list and it'll be like a shopping list. Yep.
And
she
what
wants
is that a secret until you've gone?
No, I've got to go and do the list. And either
Okay.
I can keep the list, give you and Harley an envelope each.
Oh, I wouldn't do that. Why would...
Well, then you've got the list and you're saying that puts less stress on you.
Who's organising it? Me or Harley? Can only be one.
Oh, Ro, why can it only be
Can
one?
only
It's
be
something
one.
you both need to share.
Can only be one.
No, it can't.
Can only be one. What is it? Who do you trust more?
Oh, that's not fair.
I'd go
That's
Harley.
not
She does
fair.
production.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Harley's a
yeah.
producer.
I'd
Yeah.
go Harley. I'd go cheap.
Yeah,
on.
you'd
I'd go
cut
cheap.
back.
The
You'd
wicker
say,
bas-
how
the
much are
wicker
those
basket is
flowers?
snap. I'll put you in a Sainsbury's trolley
Yeah,
instead.
you'd be cutting back too much money on my funeral.
Yeah,
So go
come on. This ain't blood from a stone. This is blood from the Rosetta Stone.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, look, we'll leave it there. But thanks again for being a part of the podcast.
It has been fun, and thank you for
Yeah,
having me.
it's been fun. I wanted to have the conversation because I got to ask Dad about it, but we've never had it.
Can I just ask, are you kind of disappointed with my choices, or are you I thought that's what you should say?
No, I'm confused.
Oh,
I'm still none the wiser.
you know
I
what I'm
think
going to do?
everyone listening is still none the
I've
wiser.
just thought of a really good idea.
What?
I'm going to do a Pinterest board for you.
A Pinterest board
Yeah.
of your funeral.
Yes.
Fine.
Now that's the best way to do it.
Fine.
I'll tell you what.
It's that. Do you know what it is? Can I tell you what Mum's
I'll
done?
tell you
Can I
what.
tell you
She'll
Mum's
just
done?
get a cheap one, I reckon.
Can I tell you what
Settle
Mum's
on
done?
a cheap one.
Can I tell you what Mum's done? And this is the worst thing because guys will understand this, right? You've done the same thing that some partners do to their fellas.
Right.
They say, I don't want this, I don't want that, I want something sentimental. And no idea what that means.
Okay, I'm going to do the best
No
Pinterest
idea
board.
what
This
that
is going to be a
means.
new thing now. Pinterest funeral boards.
Pinterest funeral.
Yeah.
Fine.
That's going to
Okay.
be. We're going to start something now.
Okay, well, at least we got through that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, look, after the funeral chat, we can go and finish this wonderful holiday on this lovely cruise. I mean,
Cheer
look, we've had-
ourselves up a bit.
Yeah, cheer ourselves up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, thanks for listening to that. And yeah, I mean, look, if you've got any questions about that, let us know. Do you want to, if you're listening to this, do you want to go in a wicker basket? Do you want models?
They're a bit creaky though, that's all I would say, those wicker
Yeah,
baskets.
I've
I've heard them coming down the aisle.
I've never heard of it before. Yeah, exactly. I've never heard of it. But yeah, all right. Well, thanks, man.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for being
Yeah,
a part
thanks for
of
coming
it.
on.
Make sure you watch episodes go live on Wednesdays. Thanks so much for listening. Dad, what are the socials?
FFS, my dad is on
Yeah.
TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube.
There you go. Done.
Thank you very
Bang.
much. And
Thank you very much.
Show, if you're going up to the shop, right, get me some ham for a cheese sandwich.
What?
Yeah, ham and cheese toasty. I'm just telling Mum what I'd like for dinner, that's all.
That is the worst outro I've ever heard in my life.
A big thank you to the sponsor of this series of FFS, My Dad is Martin Kemp, Norwegian Cruise Line, or NCL for short. Can you believe that not that long ago we were sailing the Caribbean, Dad?
Honestly, Ro, take me back. I mean, what were your highlights?
I'm not going to lie, I went into it prepared to love the Encore Speedway, one of the only racetracks at sea, and an NCL exclusive experience, or probably the Aquapark, featuring 2 multi-story water slides. I mean, come on. But I actually loved the downtime.
Tell me about it. We couldn't get you out the spa. What was that treatment you loved again?
It was the LMS facial, actually. What about you? What were your highlights?
For me, it was the food and drink. You, me and Shirley, we probably ate the best we've eaten in years. I mean, there was so much to choose from every night.
Yeah, I remember well. You struggled to choose.
Yeah, I mean, it was a challenge, wasn't it? Was I in the mood for steak, or perhaps popping into the French bistro, a Japanese restaurant, or even that Italian cuisine? I tell you what, Ro, I just enjoyed it all.
Yes, I remember very well. You were looking through the menu for 2 hours. Norwegian Cruise Line offers more with its brand new More at Sea package. More to see, more to do, more to enjoy.
FFS, My Dad is Martin Kemp, is an Insanity Studios production. The head of production is Charlotte Mason, the head of digital is Ed Buckley, and the production assistant is Abby Sandler.